Hello, hello. Okay, so we reached question 14, right? It says find the area of the triangle with the vertices P, Q, R. P146 Q, negative 25, negative 1. Then the R is 1, negative 1, 1. Okay, we have to find the area of a triangle with these vertices. So the triangle looks something like this. I have P, I have Q, then I have R, right? P146 Q, which is negative 2, 5, negative 1. R, 1, negative 1, 1, right? So if you want to find the area of this triangle using the vertices, it's very simple. You're going to apply cross product here. Basically, if you want to find the area of a triangle, it's giving us half base times height. But if you want to go with the vector approach, we say that the area of a triangle is equal to half the cross product of any two of its vectors. Okay, give me any two vectors PQ, PR, RQ, RP, or any two vectors. The area of this triangle is simply half the cross product of any two vectors of this. So let's say vector PQ cross vector PR. So you have PR, right? So now we've seen that the formula is A is equal to half PQ cross PR, right? So for us to find the area, we simply need vector PQ, vector PR, then we find a cross product. I left the absolute. This is absolute, okay? So we need the magnitude. Now the first thing we have to do is to find our vectors PQ and PR. So vector PQ. How do you find vector PQ out of vertices? In our high school, you realize that PQ is equal to OQ minus OP, right? You subtract your starting point from your end point. Then this gives us OQ is simply the vertices of Q, okay? Negative 2, 5, negative 1 minus the P is simply 1, 4, 6. This gives us negative 2 minus 1, 5 minus 4, negative 1 minus 6, which is also equal to negative 3, 1, then negative 7. So vector PQ is simply equal to negative 3, 1, 7. Okay, it should be this. We do same for vector PR. So vector PR is going to give us OR minus OP, right? And this is equal to, what is my R? 1, negative 1, 1 minus my P, which is 1, 4, 6. This gives the expression 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So 1 minus 1 is 0. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. 1 minus 6 is negative 5. So PR is simply equal to 0, negative 5, negative 5. Since we've found our PQ and PR, the next is to find a cross product before we find the absolute. We said our cross product is simply giving us the determinant of the two vertices, the two vectors, including your directional vectors I, J, K. So you write your directional vectors I, J, K, plus, minus, plus. You should have that in your mind. Then vector PQ will come negative 3, 1, then 7. PR will come 0, negative 5, negative 5. So this is vector PQ cross PR, like this. So we are just finding determinant of this matrix. Using our directional vectors I, you realize that I will collapse all this section, okay? And I'll be left with these 2 by 2 matrix. That will be 1 times negative 5 minus 7 times negative 5. So is this cross multiplying, okay? 1 times negative 5 minus 7 times negative 5. Then minus J, this J, open brackets, it will collapse this, okay? So I'll have the 2 by 2 matrix at the ends. So negative 3, 7, 0, and negative 5. So I'll simply cross multiply again. So I'll have negative 3 multiplying the expression, multiplying negative 5 minus 0 multiplying 7. Then finally plus k. K will collapse all this end. So I'll be left with this and this, right? So I'll have negative 3 times negative 5 minus 1 times 0. So our cross product simply gives us I open brackets. This is negative 5 and this is plus 35, right? So negative 5 plus 35 minus j. Then this is 15. This 0. So minus 15. Right? Oh, sorry. This is 1 times negative 5. So negative 5. Then we come here plus k. This is negative 15 or positive 15. This should also give us positive 15, sorry. Positive 15 minus this one to 0. So we simply get 30i minus 15j plus 15k. Right. Okay. So now, once we have found our cross products, we simply find the absolute or magnitude of our cross product. So magnitude of PQ cross PR is simply equal to the square root of, you just square and sum the squares of each. So 30 squared plus negative 15 squared plus 15 squared. This is equal to, so you enter this into the calculator. Interesting. So square root of 30 squared plus so I'm getting 15 root 6 units. Okay, so 15 root 6, that is our cross product. Then from here, what you're going to do is you find from the formula, area of a triangle is half this. Okay, half this, half the magnitude of the cross product. So half multiplying the value I have here is 15 root 6, and that's going to give me 15 out of 2 root 6, and it's area, right? So units squared, something like that. So that is how we used vectors to find the area of a triangle. So for this particular algebra tutorials, we solved 14 problems. We'll continue this next week and see you later in the applied electricity tutorial. So please don't forget that you need to subscribe to God Academy if you find this useful and also helpful. So quick note before we end, or as we've ended, God Academy only started producing videos actively late last year, and already about 20,000 students have watched us, yet we are still under 1,000 subscribers. If you are finding value here, please hit the subscribe button and help us amplify this work. See you in the next tutorials as will be organized.